The name of the Neches River comes from a tribe of Caddo people called the Neches. And for thousands of years, the Caddo lived along the Neches River that Martin Dye State Park sits on in East Texas. The first Anglos moved into the Neches River Valley in the early 1820s, and that pretty much spelled the end of the Caddo people in the area. And they had mostly been moved to reservations in Oklahoma by the end of the 1830s. In the mid-1800s, the steamboat was brought up the Neches River, and that opened up East Texas to trade with Galveston and New Orleans. And the steamboat, followed by the railroad a few decades later, allowed the timber industry to take off here over the second half of the 1800s and into the early 1900s. The timber industry reached its peak production in East Texas in 1907, cutting down 2.25 billion board feet of lumber, which is enough wood to build about 140,000 houses. Texas was the country's third largest lumber producer at that time. Most of the forest in this video in Martin Dye State Park is second generation growth, meaning the trees on almost all this land were once cut down and have now grown back up. Although there are a few old growth pines in the park if you know where to look, which I did not. Construction on the dam to create a reservoir on the Neches was started in 1947, and the government began developing the land to become a state park in the early 1960s. So we know that many of these pines are second-generation growth, which I'm assuming is the case across much of the East Texas piney woods. But I'm curious how long the life cycle takes. Like these pines in Martin Dyes, are they still growing? Are they still going to get taller? Any tree or lumber experts, feel free to chime in. And I'll do my best to come back in a few years and see if they look any taller.